you are all fine, and I hope that you would understood the introductory part of this unit 3, laws of motion. Okay, yesterday I told you that this unit we are going to discuss in detail about what Newton studied, how he formulated this laws of motion, what he have given the laws for the motion. Okay, that we are going to discuss it today. So what is this Newton's first law? Newton proposed 3 laws. Let us discuss one by one. Today in this video we are going to discuss about Newton's first law. So what does this law says? Every object continues to be in the state of rest. Okay. Every object will, if it is in rest, it will remain rest. Okay. Or of uniform motion, if it is moving uniformly. Okay. If it is rest means what? The velocity is 0. If it is moving uniformly means with the same velocity. It is moving with the same velocity. It will remain moving with the same velocity. Okay. Every object continues to be in the state of rest. Rest இருந்துச்சுனா ரெஸ்டாவே இருக்கும். யூனிஃபார்மா மூவ் ஆகுது அப்படினா யூனிஃபார்மா மூவ் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். எப்போ வரைக்கும்? Unless there is external force acting on it. Okay, until we apply an external force on it, if it is in rest, it will remain rest. If it is in motion, it will remain in motion unless and until we apply an external force. Okay, so this is Newton's first law. Okay. So from this law we can get knowledge about 2 things. Okay, the first thing is inertia. Okay, the first thing, it is inertia. Okay, I already told you, right? What is inertia? Inertia is nothing but no action. Okay, அதாவது ஒண்ணுமே தெரியல, இயலாமை அப்படி சொல்லுவோம். Okay, inertia means இயலாமை. The body has no inherent property of its own. Okay, it doesn't have any property to change its condition. If it is at rest, it will be in rest. If it is in motion, it will be in motion. Okay, so this is the first thing we understood from this law. The second thing is when it can change its condition. Okay, who will change the condition? At what time it will change its condition? It is in rest. How it will be? That is, it will move. Okay, if it is in moving, how it will comes to rest? Okay, so how it comes to rest? The second thing is unless there is external force acting on it. Okay, ஒரு force கொடுக்கிறது வரைக்கும் அது அப்படியே இருக்கும். கொடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படினா the condition gets changed. Okay, so the second thing is force. Okay, these are the 2 knowledge we are getting from the first law of Newton. So inertia means that is the inherent property of a material. There is no action on the material until and unless we apply a force. Okay, force is what? It is an agency to change the condition of motion. Okay, rest is also a condition of motion. That means rest means when a body is at rest means the velocity is 0. Okay, when it is moving means the velocity changing. That means the velocity is changing. Either it moves with uniform velocity or the velocity is having some value. Okay, so we can understand 2 phenomena, that is inertia and force. Okay, so this force there is 3 effects of force. Okay, now I told you, right, from this unit we are going to study about the effect of the force. Okay, so because of this force, now suppose I am dropping this pen. Okay, I am dropping this pen and I am catching over here. How I cast it? Because I applied a force and I cast it. Okay, it is moving. To stop it, I applied a force and I cast it. Okay, so there are 3 effects of this force. In the force, now there are 3 effects because there are 3 types of inertia. Okay, the 3 types of inertia are inertia of rest. Okay, there are 3 types of inertia. That is inertia of rest, inertia of motion. Okay, inertia of rest, inertia of motion and inertia of direction. Okay, so there are 3 effects of this force. That it has 3 effects. Force has 3 effects because there are 3 types of inertia. Okay, let us learn these types one by one. Let us analyze the effect of force in a situation that we come up in our day-to-day life. Okay, suppose we consider, this is a famous example, consider a passenger is sitting in the bus. Okay, so we can analyze 2 situations. when the bus, okay, starts, when the bus starts and when we apply brake, okay, we are analyzing in two situations, when we start and when the bus starts, and when we apply brake to stop the bus, okay. So these are the two situations we are going to analyze it. So the first situation is when the bus starts, okay, we are sitting in a bus, and immediately when the bus starts, at that moment what happens, we will lean backward, okay, that you all might have experienced. Immediately at the moment at which the bus starts, we will lean backward. So why it happens? The reason is, you are sitting in the bus, okay, this is you and you are sitting in the bus. This part of the body, okay, it is attached with the seat. This is seat, okay. It is attached with the seat. It is in contact with the seat. The seat is in contact with the bus, okay. The bus is in contact with the engine, okay. So when the engine starts, or when we apply a force on the engine, okay, what happens? It is applying a force on the bus. It is applying a force on the seat. It is applying a force on your body, okay. So here the upper part of the body, this is the upper part of the body, has no contact with the bus. Okay, contact, no contact with the bus, and your lower part is in contact with the bus. Okay, lower part is in contact with the bus. So what happens when we apply a force? When we apply a force, it is giving force here. It is giving force here. So what happens? Okay, think deeply. What is the condition before? What is the condition before? Before applying, before starting the bus, what is the condition? That is the head. You can take head is at rest. Okay, body is at rest. Both are at rest. Before the condition. Okay, before it is the head is at rest and the body is at rest. Okay. Now when we start the bus, what happens? The head starts to move. Okay, after. Okay, what is the condition after? After what happens? Body moves. Okay, body start to move, but the head remains at rest. Okay, head will at rest. This is the condition. Okay, so you have to analyze for which inertia this example suits. In the example, any type of inertia to shoot agum paakam. How will you analyze? Before, you have to understand the condition before. Before head is at rest, body is at rest. But now after starting, body moves, but the head is at rest. Understood? After starting, now the head is at rest, but my body is moving. My body is moving. Body move head again. So only you are leaning backward when the bus starts. Clear? So for which type of inertia this example suits? So it will be suitable for this inertia at rest, because initially what happens, the head is at rest. Before also the head is at rest, but the body is moving. Before I in the condition of condition rest நீ அந்த force கொடுத்ததுனால உன்னோட body move ஆச்சு, இந்த force apply ஆகாததுனால head அங்கே இருக்கு. புரியுதா? So this example is for inertia at rest. So what is inertia of rest? The inability of an object to change the state of rest. So here we have seen an example, the inability of that head to change the state of rest, because no force is applied on the head, right? Unless and until we apply a force, it will be remains. Rest means remains rest. Motion means remains motion. Okay, இங்க என்ன இருக்கு, ரெஸ்ட்ல இருந்ததால அப்படியே இருக்குது, ஏனா அங்க ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை ஆகல. So the inability of an object to change the state, அததான் நம்ம inertia ன்னு சொல்றோம். அதனால முடியாது. ஓகே, அப்ளை பண்ணாம அதால சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியாது. inability of an object, அதோட ரெஸ்ட்ல இருந்து அதால மீள முடியல, அந்த மாதிரி அந்த inability we are calling it as inertia of rest. Okay, the next one is inertia of motion. Okay, the same example. When we apply brake on the bus, you are sitting in the bus. When the driver applies a brake on the bus, what happens? So you are sitting in the bus. Now what is happening? The bus is moving with a constant velocity. Okay, ஒரே speedல the bus is moving. Okay, body is moving. When the bus moves, you are also moving, right? Your body moves and your head also moving. Okay, so body is moving with the velocity v. Your head is also moving with the velocity. Both are moving. First என்ன ஆகுது, பாடியும் மூவ் ஆகுது, ஹெட் எல்லாமே சேர்ந்து மூவ் ஆகுது இல்லையா? Now Immediately when the driver applies brakes, what happens? So when the driver applies brakes, your body is in contact with the bus. Okay. So what happens? Immediately when he stops, your body will stop moving. சரியா, மூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது பிரேக் கொடுத்தா பாடி எங்க மூவ் ஆகுதோ அது ஸ்டாப் ஆகும்ல. ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ற இடத்துல கண்டிஷன் சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது. So now your body is moving, so the moving body gets stopped. Okay, but your head is not in contact with the bus. Okay, the force is not applied on your head. So what is happening now? What is the condition? Before condition, head is moving. Now also the head is moving. Okay, the body is stopped, but the head is moving. So what is happening? The head is moving, but your body stopped. So you will bend forward. Okay, so immediately when the brake is applied, you will bend forward. But when we start the bus, we will lean backward. Understand the difference why it is happening? Now, before the condition is both are moving. When the driver applies brake, it is the force is applied in the body, so the body stops. But the head, there is no force applied, so it is moving. So we will bend forward. Okay. So this is the second condition. So this is an example of inertia of motion. ஏன்னா motionல இருக்கிறத சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுச்சு இல்லையா? மோஷன்ல, அதாவது ஹெட் வந்து மோஷன்லயே இருக்குது, பட் உன்னால அதை சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியல. inability of an object to change the state of motion. மோஷன்ல போயிட்டு இருக்கிற ஒன்னால சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியல. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கண்டிஷன்ல இருக்கு. அதாவது அந்த மாதிரி கண்டிஷன்ல இருக்கிறத we will call it as inertia of motion. Okay, clear? So what is inertia of motion? Inability of an object to change its state of uniform speed. Moving, I said, right? Moving with uniform velocity. State of uniform speed on its own. Okay. தானாவே இப்ப ஹெட் மூவ் ஆயிட்டே இருந்துச்சு, தானாவே அதை ஸ்டாப் பண்ண முடியல. inability of an object to change its state. அது யூனிஃபார்ம் மோஷன், யூனிஃபார்ம் வெலாசிட்டில it is changing, but it cannot change by its own. பாடியில ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணதுனால சேஞ்ச் ஆச்சு, பட் தலையில ஃபோர்ஸ் அப்ளை ஆகாததுனால it cannot change its state. So such an inability is called as, I told you, right, inertia means inability. Such an inability is called as, motionல இருக்கிறத தானாவே சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியல. அந்த inability we are calling it as inertia of motion. Then the next one is inertia of direction. Okay, consider you are sitting in a car. Okay, and you are a car or bus, the same bus, you are sitting in a bus and you are sitting at the last seat. Okay, suddenly there is a turn and the driver is turning the bus. Okay, so if you are not holding anywhere and you are sitting simply, I am sure that you will definitely thrown out of the bus. Okay, because the bus is changing its direction. We are applying force and we are changing the direction. We are changing the steering, we are applying the force and the bus changes its direction. But if you are not holding the bus, you will be thrown out because the force is not applied on you. Okay, because you are sitting here, right, and the bus is going first straight up, you are also moving along with the bus. Suddenly the direction of the bus changes. So if you are not holding properly, you will be thrown out. If you are sitting like this, bus is turning, immediately you will be thrown out. But if you are holding it properly, you will be turning along with the bus. Similarly, when you drive a bicycle or a motorcycle, anything, so if you find out a turning, immediately along with the bike or the cycle, you will bend, right? So why? Otherwise you will be thrown out. Okay, that is, your body is not having the ability to change. Okay, it is not having the ability to change its direction by its own. Okay, so only because of you are holding along with the bike or bicycle, you are changing your direction along with that. Okay, you are understood, you are changing the direction. So that is called as inertia of direction. Another example I will give. You tie a stone in a thread and you just whirl it. Okay, so what you will, suddenly you just think you are here and you are whirling this, stone is here. Okay, actually here being a whirl pandringa. Suddenly when it is cut out, this thread is cut out, what happens? It will not rotate, the stone will not rotate, but it will go like this in tangential direction. The stone will go in tangential direction. Why? Because the force you are giving here is cut down. புரியுதா? நீ கொடுத்த ஃபோர்ஸ் வந்து கட் ஆயிடுச்சு. அப்போ அதுக்கு தெரியாது எப்படி அதோட ஸ்டேட்டை சேஞ்ச் பண்ண அதுக்கு தெரியாது, அதோட டிரெக்ஷனை மாற்ற அதுக்கு தெரியாது. ஓகே, it is inertia of direction. It has an ability to change its direction. Okay, so it will go straight. Okay, go in a straight, that is tangential to that circle. Okay, so this is the example of inertia of direction. That means the inability of an object to change its direction. தானாவே என்னால டைரக்ஷனை மாற்ற முடியாது. நான் அது கூடவே சேர்ந்து போகும்போது, அந்த ஃபோர்ஸ் கூடவே நான் சேர்ந்து இருக்கும்போது தான் என்னால் மாற்ற முடியும். Unless and until we apply a force, it cannot change. This is Newton's first law. Can you understand what is Newton's first law? What Newton's first law says? A body, அதாவது ரெஸ்ட்ல, if a body is at rest, it remains in rest. If it is in motion, it will remain in motion unless we apply an external effort or unless we apply a force on it. Force apply பண்ணாதது வரைக்கும் அது வந்து எப்படி இருக்குதோ அப்படியே தான் இருக்கும். Force apply பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா மட்டும்தான் உன்னோட பாடி சேஞ்ச் ஆனதை இதில் பார்த்தீங்க. There are three conditions: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. And so many examples we can say. Okay, consider a blanket with a dustful blanket. Okay, if you want to separate the dust from the blanket, what will you do? You will hang it over somewhere and hit it with a stick or something. Okay, what happens? The dust will separate from the blanket. How? Because the dust is not tightly packed with the blanket. So what happens when I apply a force on the blanket will move. Understand? The blanket will move. The dust will remain in its position because I am not applying force on the dust because அது கூட ரொம்ப சேர்ந்து இல்ல. Okay, அப்படியே லைட்டா லூஸ்லியா இருக்கு. So when I apply force on a blanket will move. From that, dust will get separated. Okay, similarly, if you throw a stone on a fruit, okay, mango fruit which is hanging in a tree. Okay, when you apply a force on a mango, the mango will fall down. Okay, not the branches of the trees. Why? Because I am applying the force on the mango. Okay, so it is not affecting the branches எப்படி இருக்குதோ அப்படியே தான் இருக்கும். எங்க force கொடுத்தனோ அங்க இருந்து தான் அது சேஞ்ச் ஆக முடியும். So these are the some common examples. Hope you could understood about Newton's first law. So Newton's first law mainly tells about the definition of force. Force பத்தி தான் இங்க சொல்லுது இல்லையா? நம்ம பார்க்க unless and until we apply force, it cannot change the condition of motion. Motionோட கண்டிஷனை force இல்லாம சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியாது. That is what the Newton first law says. So Newton first law says about the definition of force. Newton's second law says about the it will quantify the force, measurement of force. Force எப்படி measure பண்றது அப்படினா Newton's second law says. The Newton's third law says that what is that? We can say that characteristics of force. Okay, first law says the definition of force, second law quantifies the force, that is measures the force, and third law says the characteristics of அதோட தன்மைகளை சொல்லும். Newton's third law. Okay, hope you could get a clear idea, and this is very very important. Once you understand this concept, other things will be very very clear to you. Thank you for watching.